Hi Pisces, welcome to your April 2022 astrological forecast. So the big news for you is Venus and Mars are moving into your sign. Yeah, along with already having Jupiter and Neptune in your sign. Okay, but for now we have to start with planets in Aries in your 12th house. Okay, sorry, your second house. Okay, sorry about that. You do still have Mars and Venus in your 12th house, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so anyways, the Sun is in Aries up until the 19th, and Mercury is here up until like the 9th. And there's a new moon in Aries on the 1st. Okay, so that's in effect a few days before and after the 1st, right? So your second house is your earned income and your possessions, okay? But it's a money house. It's how you earn your money. And the things that you own, that you value, your valuables, and also your personal values. It's also your house of hidden talents, okay? So, Jupiter will be moving here next month. So wherever Jupiter is, it expands, right? It expands your interest, your reach, your opportunities. So I'd have to say money, especially around, let's say like right now around that new moon is a new beginning in this area. So you may already have something lined up, for next month that, will increase your income in some way or other. The second house is also investments. So maybe you're making some kind of investment like this month that will start to blossom, especially once Jupiter moves into this area. It could be anything, but it's a new beginning in your house of possessions and income, okay? Now there's a full moon on the 16th in the sign of Libra, and where you have Libra in your chart is your 8th house, the other money house, okay? It's directly across from your second house, and it is other people's money and resources, or shared resources with a partner, or anyone actually, but usually it's a partner. So I really don't think there's anything too much happening here. Full moon just brings something to the surface where it can be dealt with. So around that full moon, maybe you are, I don't know, having a discussion with someone, possibly that you do own something with, even if it's a bank accounts or credit cards. Or this is passive money, this house, okay? So this is money from an inheritance or a legacy or a legal settlement or insurance payout or a refund of some kind, tax refund, anything, something from the bank. So I really don't think, it could be that maybe you're trying to decide what you should spend. What you should save, what you should spend. So it could be a little bit of not a discrepancy, but a little bit of, I don't know, if you are discussing this with someone, disagreement on what to do with resources, okay? So, but before that, okay, we've got Mars still in Aquarius, in your 12th house where you have Aquarius up until like the 14th, okay? Venus is here up until the 4th or 5th, and Venus actually moves into Pisces on the 5th and will be here like all month, okay? So having Mars still in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes actions taken by you or someone else, this Saturn is also here, so you could be, I don't know, taking steps of some kind to secure your position in some way or other, or you feel that maybe you have to. It may be something that you're doing in secret. It could be in regards to not just you, but your family. You're just like looking out for everyone, not just yourself. But, I've mentioned before that when Mars is in your 12th house, you usually have a friend or so-called friend or frenemy, but it's a two-faced friend. It's someone that's in your circle of friends that is secretly envious and jealous of you, and they undermine you in secret behind your back. They're doing things and saying things behind your back. So you more than likely already know this or are aware of it, okay? But the planet Pluto is in Capricorn in your 11th house of friends, okay? And acquaintances, it's your like most sociable house, and but it's basically your friends and socializing with your friends, okay? So it turns retrograde on the 29th. When this planet goes retrograde, you may learn about something that actually was going on behind your back with one of your friends. It could even be that maybe they're not doing or saying anything. Maybe they're just keeping something from you. And it could be even something about themselves, okay? So whatever, but it might come out after this planet turns retrograde, okay? So I wouldn't worry about it too much, because I don't think, you know, you're that gullible. If there is someone like that in your circle of friends, I'm sure you know who it is, okay? Because, you know, when Mars moves into your first house on the 14th, okay, you already have Venus here, okay? So Venus, it makes you very appealing right now, which could probably even be setting this person off even more. The fact that you're popular and people like you, and you make a really good first impression, and people want to do things for you. Even though your birthday has passed, they're still celebrating it in some way or other, right? Okay, Venus in your sign and your first house is like the best time to approach people that are unapproachable or uncooperative, that you need to make a good impression on, or you need their cooperation for some reason or other. You need to talk to them and they're just hard to talk to. When Venus is in your sign, people are more willing to help you, to go along with you. They're easier on you, you know, even if you're around someone who's like very hard to get along with, they may try their best to get along with you, which it would be like really different, right? So this is the best time to use, you know, this. I always say milk it for all you can. You know, when Venus is in your sign or your first house, or sometimes even in your 10th house, okay, people just, you know, they just want to do for so many wonderful things for you. They want to treat you to lunch, or buy you drinks, or give you little gifts, or do favors for you, or whatever. But you're very popular right now, okay? Now Mars here, Mars in the first house or in your sign, okay, makes you want to, you know, just move in and change anything that isn't going the way you want it to go in your life, okay? And this could be even like with people, you know? If you feel that you're not being treated the way you should be by certain people, you'll do something about it right now. I always say, you know, Mars really only transits, or usually only transits your sign every other year, because it takes that long to get through like 6 zodiac signs in like 1 year. And then the next year is the next 6 zodiac signs, right? So it's about that time that you have to remind people that you're here, you know, and all the wonderful things about you. You know, this Mars is the ego planet, okay? It's a me planet. It's pointing out to people all the wonderful things about you and what their lives would be like without you in it. This is the time where you will may find yourself saying things like, if it wasn't for me, we wouldn't have done this, or you wouldn't have that, or blah, 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 you know, because that's more than likely true, right? So, you know, you just kind of like have to teach people in a way how you want to be treated, you know, and this may be a time where you get rid of quite a few people. Having Jupiter in your sign brings new people and opportunities, but new people into your life. So there could be a really nice, good, beneficial person that enhances your personality, not takes away from it, right? That will be with you for the rest of your life. That's usually what Jupiter does when it's in your sign. Brings you at least one good friend, okay? So, you know, maybe that's what it is right now. You know, maybe you have someone in your life that is encouraging you to do things that you would never do, because Mars is a daredevil, right? Mars is very physically active. So there could be something that maybe you've always wanted to do, that, I don't know, you were afraid of. It could be anything, but it could be something physical. Always be careful. You would always have to be careful, right? Especially if you're not experienced in whatever it is you're going to try, right? So it could actually, like I said, be anything, but it does make you really want to get out there and physically do something. You may even take up some physical exercise or some form of like some way to release energy, not tension, just energy. You're very energetic, which is why it makes you like want to assess everything in your life and change whatever it is not the way you want it to be. Okay. So the sun actually moves into Taurus on the 19th. Mercury moves into Taurus on the 10th and moves very quickly through this sign to Gemini. It moves into Gemini on the 29th, and we'll cover that next month because it's only on the 29th and 30th of this month, so it's not really going to affect you too much. But Mercury in Taurus in your third house, Mercury's the natural ruler of the third house, and this is a big communication and travel house. So with the sun here and Mercury here and the planet Uranus here, okay, has been here for a few years, and then there's a new moon partial solar eclipse on the 30th in Taurus in this house. So the effects of this new moon are going to last, for a while, right? I would have to say that this, the planet Uranus being here has brought a lot of surprises to your everyday life, more or less. You could just be in conversation with someone standing in line at the grocery store, and they could present you with information that's just like, wow, they could be even talking about someone or give you information about something you didn't know that's pretty important. Like how you're getting news has come to you in like a really roundabout or unusual way. Okay, a lot of times it's by accident. Your neighbors could be very newsy, and nosy even, but I'd have to say more newsy. You're on the receiving end of a lot of like different kinds of communication, okay? And a lot of it is online, I'd have to say. Third house is the internet, okay? It's also the written word, though, too. And this is where your regular postal mail is. Email, but regular postal mail, too. And text messages and voicemail, cell phones, all that stuff, okay? Any kind of communication. So I think that you're going to either receive something in the mail, could be a package of some kind even. It doesn't even have to be a communication, but that really surprises you, in a good way. In a good way, okay? Now, the new moon here, excuse me, I think is like a very good thing, because it will really help you in your communications, any kind of conversations that you have with, like, the third house is also your siblings and your cousins, but it's also your neighbors, okay? Any kind of like written communication that's pretty important, could be regarding, I don't want to say a serious matter, but anything that really needs attention to detail and stuff like that. I think that you'd really you're communicating a lot better now. Let's put it that way. Sometimes the planet Uranus, usually in your first house, can make you stutter a lot of times, okay? It's a nervousness. This is an electrical planet, okay? And a lot of times your mind is acting faster than your lips can get it out. So you may tend to stutter even when this planet is in your third house, okay? Because this is how you speak a lot of times, right? So you know, it's just something that, another thing is too, like possibly problems with the throat, like sore throat, or being unable to speak, or maybe even feeling that you should just keep your mouth shut. But that's not going to happen here. In fact, I think this new moon is going to be the breakthrough here, because if you've been doing that, you're not going to do it anymore. Okay, you're not going to keep your mouth shut. New way of communicating, whether anyone likes it or not. Just too bad, right? Okay, so the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Pisces on the 25th, 26th, and 27th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Virgo, and those dates are the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, and speculation, and anything to do with children is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 14th, 15th, 16th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for your career is the 19th and 20th, and the best time for communication and travel is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 30th. So I'd like to thank my subscribers for your continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it. And check out the links below in the description box, and also check out my weekly forecast. So I'll see you next week. Goodbye.